If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about living in and around Baltimore, be sure to subscribe below, hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to know about everything that we have going on here in and around Baltimore. I'm Mike Mislinski.
And I'm Kelly Schuett, and we're with the W Home Group, and we love helping you explore in and around Baltimore. We both live here, we were raised here, we love helping you guys connect with all of the wonderful neighborhoods that Baltimore has to offer. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing here in the next 9 days, 90 days, whatever your timeline looks like, we help people just like you every single day. So connect with us, whatever is easy for you, message, email, phone call, text, we're available to you. So one thing you may not know if you're not from here is Baltimore has a huge beer scene. We have a ton of breweries and we're kind of known for that. So the foodie scene here has upped its game in the past 10, 15 years, but the beer scene has always been here. Baltimore is definitely a beer town and we have a ton of awesome breweries. They're awesome because the beer is great. A lot of the makers are local, a lot of the owners are local, and a lot of the spaces are just really fun. They're a great place to go hang out, try beer. It's a great place. Usually you can bring families, kids. They're open to, dogs. Like just they're good hangout spots, and it's something that's very very normal and part of our culture here in Baltimore to hang out at breweries. So let's dive into some of our favorites.
First on the list, and this is probably my favorite, is Diamondback Brewing, and this is right in Locust Point, right before you get to Fort McHenry. And my friend's younger brother started this with his friends. And it's been a staple of Locust Point, and it's really helped revitalize Locust Point, bring some more business into Locust Point. It attaches right there to McHenry Row, but they have a ton of beers. They're all customized beers. They serve pizzas and other snacks as well. You can bring your dogs. That's a big deal there. And there's a lot of stuff to do if you have a small family, young kids. That's totally acceptable to bring your whole entire family in, which is what I really like. And then of course they're expanding into Timonium, like we've talked about in other videos as well.
Next we have Union. This is right off of 83 if you're heading from the county into the city. The cool thing about Union is they started as this very small brewery right in Woodbury area, and they've since expanded. So they took over this huge warehouse, tons of parking, indoor outdoor space, and they made this a collective. So when you go visit Union, you're not just visiting Union, you also have a climbing gym, an indoor climbing gym. You have a pottery studio, you have an art studio, you have a yoga studio. You have all of these different spaces that local companies rent out from Union, and they created this whole Union collective. So you can go there, grab a beer, and you can also check out any of these amenities and different businesses that are also housed in the same big warehouse. So it's definitely a cool spot. They do a ton of events throughout the year. They have live music frequently, food trucks. It's a huge space. So if you have a big gathering or you want to do like a bachelor party type vibe, this is a great spot to start or end your night.
So if you've ever had the beer Loose Cannon, then you're gonna love Heavy Seas Brewing, which is right outside of Fells Point. And that's actually the largest brewery here in Baltimore. Loose Cannon has become extremely popular in and around the DMV area. So if that's one of your favorites, then you're going to want to head over to Heavy Seas. It's really popular. There's a lot to do. You can do some tours as well, which is really cool. So that's also one of our favorites.
I'm going to go a little bit rogue here and say Brewer's Art. This is in the city, and this is in the Mount Vernon area. And it's actually more of a restaurant. So upstairs you have a very upscale restaurant. You need reservations. It's a great spot to have a great dinner, amazing food. Downstairs, you feel like you are in a European pub, and this is where the brewery is, but the walls are black, it's dimly lit, there's a lot of like dark corners and cool places to hang out, and they make incredible beer. Everybody loves it. It's definitely a very unique spot and not typical of Baltimore. You almost feel like you're in one of the like Georgetown hangouts in DC, or somewhere in like a London underground. It's a very cool vibey spot, so definitely check that out if you're in the city and you like beer and you just want something that's a little bit different than your typical brewery.
Next, if you want to head outside the city limits and get into a little bit more of a rural setting, then you're going to like Big Truck Farms. And Big Truck is up in northern Baltimore County in the Hereford zone. It's only about 7 minutes from my house, not that I have counted or anything, but if you have a large family or pets, this place is perfect because not only do they have an indoor area, but they also have an outdoor area with a lot of food trucks, a full-on playground, and then a ton of yard games. So if you like to play cornhole or any of those types of games, or just throw the football, throw frisbees, etc., then you're gonna love Big Truck Farms. And you're starting to see them pop up everywhere.
Yeah.
And just recently, just announced, they're gonna be in Ravens Stadium this coming year. So you'll start to see them, if you head downtown and go to a Ravens game, you'll actually have the ability to buy Big Truck beer from the Ravens Stadium.
That's cool.
So super cool and really good for the community as well.
Another option, if you want kind of that outdoor space more in the county, this is on the Falls Road corridor, headed from like the, I don't know, I would say Hunt Valley area out towards like the Hampstead or northern Baltimore area, is called Pharmacy Brewing. What I like about them is it's super casual. It's a little more low key than some of these bigger guys. They have literally, you park next to horses and cows, which is cool if you have kids, they love that. And the way that you order there is really easy. There's plenty of tables and places to spread out. They sometimes have live music. And one thing I like about them, because I was gluten-free for a while, they have a really awesome seltzer menu also. So if you're not into the beer thing, but you still want to go hang out, they have really, really good seltzers. So definitely check them out. They're more in the county, which is just another option for you.
Fun fact about Pharmacy is that the owner of Pharmacy is the daughter of the Rosetta Farms. So Rosetta Farms, they produce...
That's why there's cows there.
They produce a ton of
I never knew that.
locally here in and around the area. So if you go to any of the restaurants that are
You'll see Rosetta.
You'll see Rosetta meat everywhere. So when Rosetta has an event, you'll typically see Pharmacy come to their events and have their beer there, and vice versa. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
If you like church and you like beer, you might like Ministry Brewing, which is actually a gorgeous brewery that's in a historic church down in downtown Baltimore. It's called the Ministry of Brewing. It's awesome. Their beer is great, and honestly, the setting is just so unique. When are you drinking beer in church?
The next, and probably the last on the list here, is Mate Beer. So you're going to see their signs popping up all over Baltimore. They're probably the most new brewery we have here in Baltimore, just because they're right outside the city. They started very, very small. It's actually right outside Ravens Stadium. So if you go to the Jimmy Seafood tailgate that is hosted at every Ravens home game, you can actually see their brewing facility and their restaurant right there, right outside of Lot H. So it's a really convenient brewery, go figure, but they're the newest locally owned brewery here right in Baltimore, and their beer is super cool and the people are awesome there.
So tell us, if you're from Baltimore, who do we miss? Who else should we be checking out? If you're not from Baltimore, we love when you're coming here, we'll make you a little itinerary of must-stop places based on what you like. We have a ton of videos of, wineries, breweries, restaurants, date night spots. So if you're looking for something, we love curating a little game plan for you if you're visiting the area, house hunting, or just visiting. I'm Kelly Schuett.
And I'm Mike Mislinski, and we're with the W Home Group of Next Step Realty.
We get calls and emails every day from people just like you who are thinking about making the move to Baltimore, Maryland, and we love it. We love sharing all of the amazing things that make Baltimore Charm City.
Whether it's 9 days or 90 days, we're here to make your move to Baltimore as smooth as possible.
You can call, text, or email us anytime. All of the information is below. We're so excited to help you on your journey moving towards Baltimore, Maryland, because we love new neighbors and new friends. Welcome.